Good morning, metalheads of the internet, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Metal Meltdown. Today we are talking about a brand new EP from Wolves in the Throne Room entitled Crypt of Ancestral Knowledge. So, fun fact, I do not remember the last time we did a full video review for a new EP. It's been a while. We don't normally really talk about EPs in this format, in this capacity. Normally, anytime a band releases an EP, it pretty much just gets immediately banished to the albums I missed to mention. But we're going to make an exception today for this particular band with this particular EP because this is Wolves in the Throne Room, one of the best modern American black metal bands. And as it turns out, this EP, despite being an EP, not a full-blown studio album, might truly, unironically, legitimately, no hyperbole, be one of their best works to date. Wolves in the Throne Room have always been a really interesting band to me. They've done a great job at bringing like that traditional Norwegian second wave black metal sound and movement into the 21st century and bringing in new influences from the Pacific Northwest and from like modern American black metal. Their records have consistently been very moody, very cinematic, very lush and evocative, and with each record, Wolves in the Throne Room have continued to expand and refine their craft and branch out into new territory, like dark folk music and dark ambient music. 2021's Primordial Arcana in particular was a fantastic record, probably one of the best black metal albums released that year. I loved all of the different dynamics and emotions on display. I loved the incredibly natural and organic and immersive production and vibe. Going into this EP, I expected another excellent slab of modern atmospheric Cascadian black metal from Wolves in the Throne Room, but I also simultaneously expected that this would end up being a collection of scraps and leftovers from Primordial Arcana. Had that been the case, had I been correct in that assumption, this probably would have actually been banished to the aforementioned albums I missed to mention. But it turns out I am not correct in having made this assumption. I'm actually quite hilariously wrong. At the very least, if these are scraps, if these are leftovers from Primordial Arcana, then holy shit, these are the tastiest scraps and leftovers I've ever had in my life. There may only be 4 tracks here, but these 4 tracks are more adventurous, more action-packed, more thrilling and ambitious than most other black metal records I've heard in 2023. This, frankly, is some of the most imaginative and versatile material that Wolves in the Throne Room have ever put to tape. And more so than Primordial Arcana, I feel like this really truly is a culmination of everything that they've done up to this point. The dark folk, the ambient, the classic melodic and atmospheric black metal flavors and textures, their influences from the Pacific Northwest, it's all here. Opening number Beholden to Clan all by itself kind of feels like an album experience. It is densely packed with woodwinds and synthesizers and guitars and strings and cold, blistering, shrieking guttural vocals and classic black metal pyrotechnics and flavors. There are so many twists and turns and so many epic moments and wild inflections. I'm genuinely reminded of like Emperor at their absolute peak in the mid-90s with stuff like Anthems to the Welkin at Dusk. Commenting on the song further, guitarist Cody Keyworth writes, "Journeying high atop a sacred mountain, the song recalls the importance of the sacrificed king's cycle of rebirth through ancestral, hallucinogenic rites of passage. It's a wild trip." And honestly, I don't feel like I need to say more. I actually feel like he summed it up pretty well. He kind of did my job for me here. Thank you, Cody. Following number, Twin Mouth Spring, is definitely similar in some areas and territories. It definitely packs a lot of that classic second wave atmospheric black metal punch with shimmering guitar atmospheres and progressions and some classic full-on black metal brutality as well, but it's also, I would say, more intimate and gentle at the same time. There's a lot of like really genuinely beautiful, almost mystical acoustic guitar progressions and patterns. There are a lot of very like ominous and angelic choral vocals as well, kind of contrasting with those more aggressive black metal shrieks and howls. Believe it or not, though, it's actually the other two songs, the final two songs, the other half of this EP, where things really get really weird and really unique. See, both Initiates of the White Heart and Crown of Stone hearken to material that we previously heard on Primordial Arcana, and they also take us into much more ambient, folk, and even industrial-driven territory. Initiates of the White Heart specifically is like an industrial, atmospheric, dark folk take of Spirit of Lightning from Primordial Arcana, with a lot of medieval progressions and mechanical thumps and some very cold and chilling atmospheres and vibes. Whereas Crown of Stone serves as a direct thematic continuation of Mystic Mountain, and just completely stirs and bends the soul itself with multi-layered ominous vocal chants and howls and dynamics and some very dark, simplistic string work. Like, I feel like if God himself or some kind of godlike being were to come down and meet me right now, this is the song that would play in the background. I'm certain of it. Yeah, this is an easy 4.5 out of 5 for me. I mean, Wolves in the Throne Room, they just knocked it out of the goddamn park with this one. And this is just an EP. They're also working on an album right goddamn now. I've always kind of looked as EPs sometimes as like appetizers, whereas the album is the main course. And this is one of the best appetizers I've had all fucking year. I've had actual appetizers in actual Michelin star restaurants that aren't as fucking good as this particular appetizer. Oh my fucking god, when that main course arrives, we are going to be blown the fuck away. I'm convinced. I'm pumped. Easily the best metal EP of the year. No competition for me whatsoever. Like, that's it. End of discussion. End of story. I think Wolves in the Throne Room fans are going to be fucking ecstatic with this thing. I can't really imagine anyone, like, not liking this thing unless you suck and hate fun. Once again, Crypt of Ancestral Knowledge, Wolves in the Throne Room, holy shit, 4.5 out of 5. I legitimately just want to fucking stop right now and go listen to this thing again. I have nothing else to say. Just go listen to it. Do it, or else. And that is it for the Metal Meltdown. I'm not an expert, nor do I claim to be. So what do you think? Do you like this record? Do you not like this record? And what do you want to hear from me next? And thank you for watching. Make sure you press subscribe right here so you get updates on the Metal Meltdown fucking immediately. Look, there's more videos here. Check us out on the social media. Pick up some merch on the Redbubble. And as always, you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.